Transition. Wacheni niwaambie, I think one of the greatest transition like ever since a child we were not prepared for is transitioning from kukaa home kwenda shule. Like ako kajani ka bro, you are no longer sleeping, you are no longer staying at home, you are no longer following people where they are going. Unaenda shule.
I think I kept one friend from high school, that is Rhoda. I kept one friend from primary school, that is Joan. And I kept 1-2 from campus, that is Eva.
Manze sinanga best friend. Unaona venye mimi naona nyinyi mna celebrate na Rhoda. I don't have such a thing. Because at one moment you're in this school, after some time unahamishwa unaenda shule nyingine, after some time mmeama hiyo plot mmeenda mahali pengine.
I feel like my church does not accommodate me.
And actually it's not your church alone. Yeah. Church in general. Yeah. They don't have a place for single mothers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. When you are transitioning, like, did you receive the support that you really needed when you are transitioning?
Maybe I talk about transitioning to like now into marriage. I will say I didn't get the support I needed.
I don't think like people have taken mimi ndio nilikajana nika reflect. She came into my mind and then I reflected. Vile nilimwelewa, it was her breaking point.
Yeah.
She was old, yes, but she still yearned for her husband to love her, for her husband to come home, but she wasn't coming home.
Mnakumbuka Genesis 3? Do you know that is one of the curses that God spoke to a woman? That your desires will always be to a man. You will always want.
To ensure you don't reach that point where you are old, you have never lived your life, you have lived to be a sad woman yearning for a husband. How do you handle this?
I think, number one, Ladies and gentlemen, karibuni sana in our other episode. It's nice having you. Kama umefungua hii video kutusindikiza in our journey of Ladies and Gentlewomen, karibu sana. And kama kawaida siko peke yangu, and I would like the ladies to introduce themselves. My name is Tabasamu. Karibu sana.
Hi, I'm Baby Girl Favor. Hi, cousins.
I'm Becky.
Bex. You have dropped the Bex.
Bex was
previously.
Becky in the other season.
Becky has evolved from Bex to Becky with a good hair.
Bex
Becky the calm one. Today, I'm not the crazy one.
Hey guys, karibuni sana. Today we are going to talk about the transition of seasons. I hope you're going to love it because we are different seasons. We have a married woman with kids. She's a pastor's wife, imagine. Tuko na Becky. Hey, me love Becky for anything. I like her attitude. It kinda is, but for a person like me, I know that pushes me. It kinda makes me want to know, okay, what's next? She's like this, then what's next? And then definitely me, single. 32 years, shout you. So I think transitioning through these seasons, let's get each other's perspective.
Oh.
Becky with the good hair. What's a major life shift you've experienced recently or the past?
Okay, I think like it's been a series of change. Like my life has been I've been a rolling moss. I have never gathered a rolling stone. I'm like a rolling stone. I never gather moss.
Even if you are a moss, we don't judge.
We listen, but we don't judge.
In this episode, in the last episode, I was a rebel. In this episode, I'm a moss and an outlier. It's the same thing. I'm just introducing vocabularies here.
Transition. Wacheni niwaambie. I think one of the greatest transition like ever since a child we were not prepared for is transitioning from kukaa home kwenda shule. Like ako kajani ka bro, you are no longer sleeping, you are no longer staying at home, you are no longer following people where they are going. Unaenda shule. You know, and how it was introduced.
I think kuna transition ya kuzaliwa. See, I think it's a transition. Like from the day to you are born, like it's a transition on itself. Like I don't know what the womb looks like inside there, but like ukitoka tu inje, like it's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Kuna baridi, that's why tunafunikwa sana, I believe. Maybe uko ndani it's warmer compared to here, yeah. So I think before the school, I think kuna ka aspect. Ni vile tu hatujijuangi vile tulikuwa wadogo.
I think ukiingia shule, Becky, I'm so curious. Did you find it hard to transition between ukiwa katoto kadogo kuingia primary?
I think school was kind of a relief to me. It was better than home, the shouting, the beating. School was a safe place for me, a safe space for me, where I could express myself. At least I was a bright child. There I could be appreciated. There's something in school I was good at, unlike home where I was bad at everything. So.
Mliaikuwa na ile episode ya you have friends at school, alafu all of a sudden mkosane nao.
I've never kept friends except Rhoda, apparently.
From school. And this is high school.
Yeah, high school. I think I kept one friend from high school, that is Rhoda. I kept one friend from primary school, that is Joan. And I kept 2 from campus, that is Eva. I only keep one friend from one.
Unachukuanga ule mmoja.
I'm so special. I'm so special. I'm so special. I'm so special.
Madam, wait. Anyway, receive your flowers. And what are some of the transitions? Because I feel like, let me just ask you personally, because motherhood and then not yet married. What was that transition like? Like one moment you are a single lady, and then motherhood, and then hakuna huyo mse mwenye akapo na wewe. How does it feel like?
So funny thing, I've never dated actually. Like I'm in a relationship, I'm working for this relationship. I've never been in a meaningful relationship. With my 3 kids, I've never been in a meaningful relationship. Yeah, there's been nothing serious. It's now that I think I need to try having a relationship that is meaningful, that I can work for. And is it working for and what? Nataka experience pia. To experience having a relationship, to fight, we settle things. I've never been this. Oh. It's new to me.
Rhoda.
Ask your question again.
Yeah, like how was that transition from singlehood to marriage?
It's a whole new... Ni kama kuzaliwa upya. I think it just has a lot of adjustments. A lot. But hapo mwanzo you cannot realize them. Like you have to be a bit intentional for you to realize like you have now... Ulikuanga umezoea kukula mkate na chai, sahi you have to go and prepare supper. Your supper and someone's supper.
I remember at some point you used to cry. Because I stayed with you in your early days in marriage and you used to cry a lot. So I just feel like easy transitions, they are not, unaona venye tumezi categorize school, marriage. I feel like every season inakuanga its own transition.
True.
At some point you can start an year being somewhere, and you have to move. That season is over. True. Maybe you are having a specific work. That season is over.
Okay, can you say like change like seasons and change as stages? Like at first you are in the honeymoon, then it gets painful.
I know.
I think that is how we should put it.
Yeah. Very true. Very
and
true.
How did it change you mentally? Like how do these transitions, all of them actually, change you mentally? Because me, I can say, especially since we never stayed in one place for a long time. My parents moved from actually one town to another. At some point, we were in Moyesbridge, we were in Matunda.
Wait a minute.
I know.
From Moyesbridge?
Actually, jokes when we know each other, tukianza kwenda deeper. But yeah, from those areas, and then we came to LD. And also LD, we never stuck like the same estate. So, hizo ma transitions from here and there, it made me like... Manze sinanga best friend. Unaona venye mimi naona nyinyi mna celebrate inu na Rhoda. I don't have such a thing. Because at one moment you're in this school, after some time unahamisha unaenda shule nyingine, after some time mmeama hiyo ploti mmeenda mahali pengine. Nilisomea sijui high school start, so basically I never carried a best friend with me. So to me mentally is draining. Yeah, I feel like transitions can be so draining and you have to be ready for them. What about you, Becky?
Come up again.
Like how does your transition, how has it affected you mentally?
Mentally, a lot of transitions really hurt. But again, it grows you. So at some point I celebrate some transitions. At some transitions I'm yet to come into terms with it. So I still ache. I still suffer from some transitions.
Mama T, how has your mental health been affected by transitions?
I think it has stretched me in a way that is both good and bad. I will talk about the good way it has made me responsible. The bad way it has made me not to be considerate about myself and think about the kids and other things and not put myself forward.
Yeah. And also something else that I will not like to leave aside, our emotions and our spirituality. Because at some point mko kwa hii church, at some point you're moving, at some point I think those transitions affect our emotions. We become like tunaogopa kulose, especially for me. I have attachment issues. Manzi, yani naonanga tu hata ukianza tu kufanya kitu nasema kuisha, huyu anataka kunitoka. Spirituality, you feed on a lot of things. A lot of people with their perspective until you're like, good, uko sure, unaona. Yeah, so what's imekuwaje kwenu, both emotionally and spiritually?
Okay, about spirituality, sometimes I'm tempted to do it on my own. Like God can reveal himself to me. Like I'm tempted to read the Bible on my own, meditate, pray, do all that without going to church. But again, I have to go to church because I think it's good for my babies. I can't pastor my babies. I can't be their pastor. I'm not good at that. I'm not gifted. So I have to go to church. Sometimes I go to church, siski anything. I just go there, sit with my babies, let them pick whatever they are picking to read in nyumbani. Church, sometimes I just do it for my babies. I love transitioning from church. Like I was born and raised in one church. Nikafika mahali, a very strong church. Kama mnanisikia, I'll be open. Mimi nimelelewa AIC, but nimefika hapa in adulthood. There's the judging, the single motherhood. I feel like my church does not accommodate me.
And actually, it's not your church alone.
Yeah.
Church in general. Yeah. They don't have a place for single mothers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I had to shift to sit-up thinking, okay, I'm not criticizing even a pastor is watching me or anyone from that church. Please take this as a lesson. I had not dedicated my babies, so I went to that church, dedicated. I had to go through parenting lessons. But the lessons, the class, it was like one session. That session was so painful for me. Like they kept I think it was so centered on marriage. It wasn't about parenting anymore.
Yeah.
Like, kuna vile waliingililia marriage and mimi I'm still trying to heal from the fact that I don't have a marriage and I have kids here.
Yeah.
So it was painful for me. So I think you can't find everything in one church. So if you move churches,
Songa too. Yes, Madam CEO.
Emotionally and spiritually. Transition and spirituality, I really cannot talk about that. But emotionally, I won't say it's given me stability, but I will say compared to how I was, you know how kids can throw tantrums?
Yes.
You know how kids can decide to be petty?
Shout out to Taji.
Coco Felon.
And then now you have to make a choice.
Yeah.
Utampiga ama now you'll have to lower down so that pia ya calm down and then now you move together. So emotionally, I think it has stretched me vizuri.
I feel like spiritually you should tell us because you got married and you moved from your church ukaenda ya kwa kinandoa. Tell us about that. How was the transition? Did it affect you spiritually?
I think it did. Yeah, because you see now, when I moved from where I was just a mshirika wa kawaida. So when I moved to my new church, my hubby was a pastor.
Is.
My hubby is. Wait, unasikiaje vile wameni correct? So, my husband is a pastor. So, like it has come with all these responsibilities, which I'm not complaining about, but I think spiritually imeni destabilize kidogo because there are expectations. There are these young girls in church who look up to me. There are young mamas who ndio wameingia kwa kinandoa, they are looking up to me. But also myself,
you need to grow on your own.
Exactly, I need to grow. So kidogo inanipea challenge, bringing out the balance. Yeah, I think that's how transition has.
So there is this stage, because my next question is centered there.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt you are in between transitions or in between a season? Maybe you are trying to move from somewhere that you are not comfortable in, and also you are not where you want to be. You are in between there. How does it make you feel?
Okay, I read somewhere that, like, it's kind of a meme, but it's not a meme to me. Like when I grew up, I knew like as an adult you have to face this, then face this. But no, it's you're facing a lot
at once.
Yeah. So you're always in between transitions.
Yeah.
You're dealing with this, you're dealing with that, you're transitioning. Like for me, in my case, I'm dealing with trying to be a good mom. I haven't been a good mother. I think...
Says who?
No, in my opinion, I haven't been that good mother. I haven't been the mother I wanted to have for my kids.
Okay.
So I realized I'm that mother I didn't want. Like I'm shouting, I'm beating my kids. I was becoming whatever I didn't want. So I have to become what I want. And I also need me. I need to heal.
Yeah. So are you there yet?
I'm not yet there.
So you are in between.
Yeah, and I'm not yet healed. So I'm in between. Like I'm still toxic and I'm still healed.
I love you for no reason. Expect Becky to bring that.
I think just as Becky has said, we are ever in between seasons.
Yeah.
I think what we are supposed to do is just to give an order of priority. Like kwa seasons zenye uko ndani, which one comes first?
Yeah.
Because right now I have motherhood, I have my career, I have marriage, I have what. So you have to just prioritize them and know how to maneuver in between.
Okay, before you continue,
yes.
Do you ever feel like these and these require the same attention, zote in, I must do this.
Yes.
These two I must do, these three I must do. Like hakuna vile
utaacha moja. I get you kabisa. I've ever been there, but eventually you just have to decide one because you can't do the two of them
at once.
Oh no, you can. You can heal and try to be a good man. Like ziko relative. Some things are relative.
So you
can't be a good mother when you're not healed.
I'm thinking
and you cannot continue being a bad mother
because you
want to heal.
Yeah.
No.
I'm thinking about a healing mom and a good mom. You have your breakdowns.
Yeah, I know.
You have like a lot. Like I feel like either way, kuna venye tu at some point you'll have to choose. I want to be a good mom. I want to heal.
Rhoda, like some point,
yes.
Like, I think this for a single mom watanielewa zaidi. You're juggling between being the only parent, between healing, between being the only parent. Like you have bills to pay. You don't una time ya kupause. Una time ya kujifikiria, and you need yourself.
Yeah, in between there. What I was just imagining, I cannot even understand where you are. But nilikuwa naona, I think some motivational speakers who put glasses and then they put little water here, little water there. So they end up taking a lot of time because at the end of the day, uneka maji kidogo kidogo, the glasses will not be full. And they were trying to like, why don't you pour in one thing? Jai. Take your time, pour in another thing. I feel my in-between seasons needed that because I took a lot of things at once. I was serving, I was a student, I am at work, I want to balance other things, I want to create time for myself, but I'm not reaching there and I'm not comfortable where I am. So nika feel like at some point I was crushed because I'm trying to fill these cups they're not filling. I had to let go for like some roles. Ilibidi tu nilichague niseme okay, for now I'm concentrating with education. I have work full time So nikaanza kufeel hizo glasses. Let me concentrate on my work. Let me concentrate with. And I feel like my in-between seasons were a little bit like coping. Like nina cope nazo a little bit.
So we agree here. Some women have it harder than others.
Yeah. True. And you can never understand.
You can never understand.
And also you cannot box. Mnaonaje about boxing and yet it's different transitions? Because you people are not in the same box. But what if we decide to box you somewhere?
You can't box me. I'll explode.
You are a waiting bomb always.
Maybe I need tricking time bomb. You can't.
Mamati? You cannot say. Yeah. I love that. Yani tusonge tuna flow. Tunaona. I loved when Mamati was saying in the other episode that kaende tu sana. So what did support look like for you when you're transitioning?
I would say I didn't have much of a support. I held to the... I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to ask for support. Sometimes I feel like it's me. I'm independent. So I don't know how to ask for help, support, and that. So I hold to this... how do I call this? I hold to this...
strong woman.
No, not strong woman. I always believe... I hold to this belief that... no one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself.
True.
So that's me. I have to save myself.
What did support look like?
When you are transitioning? Like, did you receive the support that you really needed when you are transitioning? Through all seasons?
I will say in some seasons I did receive, and in some seasons I didn't. Definitely I'll have to talk about the negative one. Maybe I talk about transitioning to now into marriage. I will say I didn't get the support I needed. But one thing I have learned in life is don't expect. Don't expect. Expectations ndo zinaleta a lot of disappointments.
And again, some things... So, like it's a journey, you have to travel alone.
Very true. And then we ukiwa kwa hiyo journey, when you're transitioning into marriage, there is that help that you expect or that support, but the people you expect to support you, do you know the seasons they are in? So you'll sit back and blame people, hawakuni support, hawakufanya nini. But I also feel can you ask? If you want that support, can you ask?
And also, can you be free to tell?
Yes. I think marriage is one very tough institution.
You again.
Like, you are always fighting. Okay, like vile mimi nimesoma jana, I was reflecting. This is an old woman, alikuwa like a very church woman. Nimu old rika kina nyanyangu. Like 5 years or 6 years ago, she passed on. Do you know what happened? The husband had a side chick. So they have been having these fights. I think upon the alifikia breaking point, she stabbed herself to death.
Oh my God.
It was so sad. I don't think like people have taken... Mimi ndio nilikajana nika-reflect. She came into my mind and then I reflected. Nikaangalia like... I tried
like you don't understand the situation.
So I wanted to understand her. Vile nilimwelewa, it was her breaking point.
Yeah.
She was old, yes, but she still yearned for her husband to love her, for her husband to come home, but she wasn't coming home. So,
that's so emotional. But do you know that mnakumbuka Genesis 3? Do you know that is one of the curses that God spoke to a woman? That your desires will always be to a man. You will always want. Yani tulipewa kwanzia Genesis. Utakanga tu hivi, you always want something more and more and more from them. I think, can I say blame it on God? Don't blame God. When we will talk, we will be talking about marriage, because I think I have most questions. I would like to have Rhoda perspective and how far she has come through this transitioning journey.
So I'm going back to Rhoda.
Yes.
To ensure that you don't reach that point, like if marriage is okay, I'm not talking about your marriage, but generally, because you have experienced marriage.
Yes.
Like to ensure you don't reach that point where you are old, you have never lived your life, you have lived to be a sad woman yearning for a husband. How do you handle this?
I think, number one, never fear to speak out. Don't fear to speak out. And I know sometimes unaweza speak out na usikie imeleak outside. It's okay. It's okay. Like if I come and confide in you and you choose to go and talk, it's okay.
Fine.
But trust me, nikikuja kwako and just tell you something, that enough. Like inashusha kamzigo, you see. So basically, I think just speak out. Speak out.
Since we are all about women,
Yes.
I think we need to educate on other women, not to put down other women. Like, and we need to outgrow gossip.
True. Yeah, we need to outgrow that.
Okay, like umekuja umeniambia kitu inakupress and then me I go out there, I gossip you. Ukisikia sitakuhate na adding trauma to you.
Very true. But me, I insist on sharing. Like sharing, I think for me has worked for me. Like,
but okay, also be careful who you're sharing it with.
Very true.
Find that one person. Hata mimi niko na mse, I always unwind. Unaona even that wicked thought yenye najifikirianga, always just come and tell them. Like it makes me unwind, like easen up a little.
But again, even as you say, we be careful on whom we share with. Sometimes I come in amejivalia ngozi ya kondo. Yeah. Like I'll come in that good cloth and you share.
Especially that, I think for women, I've learned this the hard lesson. That's why I'm telling you I pick only one friend. It's because of the betrayals. I've learned to live with the first betrayal. So, like there's this woman, she acts all cozy with me, or like she's all over me. And then by it didn't take long, like 2 or 3 months down the line, we had a very bad fallout. And she was out there
Exposing
everything.
All the secrets.
Me. I was so naked.
All the secrets.
It felt bad, but
by the way, I have a question on that. Mkikuwa na secrets, mtu akuja kuambia secrets zake and then you fall out. What do you do with those secrets?
I keep them.
And then you find another best friend mwenye ni payuka, mnashare na yeye.
I think that is being childish.
I suffered that nikiwa mdogo. I was working somewhere in a different countries. I suffered that when I was younger. And one thing that I did, I have a friend who is in another country. So nilikuwa nikisikia kitu, like I share with her because I know she doesn't have access to people this side.
Yeah.
So I feel also sick.
That one helps.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you can look in your life and you're like, this change makes me proud?
A change that makes me proud. I think it's putting myself first.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing I struggled with, like big time. Like I struggled to put myself first. But I mastered the art. And when I mastered that, like it's working for me and it's working for those around me. Because sometimes when you put others first, ulikuwa unapata unajidrain, and before you realize you don't have anything to pour into them. So you're just there, you think you're making them happy, but yeah, so putting myself first, I'm so proud of that. Yeah.
Bex.
I would think healing. That's a change I'm so proud of. And I think I needed that all along. Before healing, I was this kind of a woman who was always so negative. Like, I see negative in everything. Like, umeumizwa, umegonga. Like, okay, I talked to someone and they were like, Sazile, like, you carry a lot, the baggage. Hata kwa soko au wamebeba mzigo kubwa, utapata unagonga huku. So you are hurting people. You don't want to hurt them. It's unintentional. But you end up hurting people. So when you sit down with yourself, you start to heal, you unpack that. Then you realize, no, this one, yes, I'm hurt. I don't want to hurt you, but nimeko hurt. So you become a better friend, you become a better mom, you become a better everything. I think healing is what I'm so proud of.
Wow, that's beautiful. I feel on my end, one very big change that I'm so proud of, just realizing that I can't sort everyone's situation.
Pardon?
I cannot sort everyone's situation.
Okay.
I used to be like a savior. Yani, don't mention anything. You're struggling here. What do you need?
Mokozi.
You're not over that, Hilda. I'm telling you for free, you're not over that.
Really? But it was worse.
Nitawaambia why.
You should ask me.
Yani it was worse,
You should ask
Becky.
me. Let me tell you, I think what the time that I interacted with you and realized you're getting rid of that, there's one day we went for the ladies fellowship.
Yes.
You remember those mandazis that remained on our plates?
Yeah.
Like if it was a former you would pack them and tell me to take for the kids. You know what you did?
I put
you
them
packed
in
them
my
and put it in your bag and told
bag.
yourself, I'm going to have supper. And I was like, Hilda?
I think that thing has really affected me. I'm like, what are you going through? Like, I want to hear you out.
But you forget you're going through something
Exactly.
yourself.
Actually, I don't even concentrate on my own. Like me, I'd rather I have 1,000, give to Becky who is suffering, or send it to Rhoda and nikutumia yote and forget myself. So, man, this year has just been a moment of there's nothing I can do about it. I have it, but ni yangu, like, yeah. And so that pushes us to the next question. Do you think that these transitions and changes are mistaken for selfishness?
Yeah. Yes.
And how are you guys, especially in women? By the way, do you know that men transition and they go? Men don't wait for you. Men transition. That's when nasikianga zile story. Anakuanga maskini akipata ado anasonga. Men transition and but sasa sisi ukitransition inakuwa selfishness.
Okay, I read somewhere about that. Like, allow me to be a bit out of topic. I learned that as men, they are prepared to love themselves from the young age. But you as a woman,
you're prepared to love
put
man.
others first.
Love a man.
Sasa you have to learn by yourself to love yourself. But sasa men are learning to love others at a like later in life. But wamejifunza kujipenda, they love themselves first. But whoever you love others first. So as a woman, we are disadvantaged.
Pardon that question.
Has your transition or changes in life ever been mistaken for selfishness?
Yes.
A lot.
They have a lot, especially now when you talk about putting yourself first. That means there are other things you have to let go. Like I cannot take care of this. Just be okay with it because I cannot. So sometimes you may find, actually people may guilt trip you. Yeah, like wana feel ni kama. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like where decision yako acha ikue hiyo.
Yeah, so thank you. As we are almost closing this, I want you to speak to that woman in your season. Speak to that woman who is married. Speak to that single mama. Tell them something about transition and how they can cope wherever they are. Tuanze na nani?
I'll tell Becky. She doesn't have to have it all figured out now. Take your time. As I just said, like, you don't have to have it all figured out.
Yeah.
But in anything, put yourself first. As a mother, as a single mother, if you crash, depression is real. So itafika mahali, unajua depression inakwanga that like, maybe sometimes may feel like depressed people don't even suicide kwanza. You don't have to think about it sana. It's that ka rush moment. Your moment kitu inakwambia, you have gone through a lot. Jitupe. So many times mimi nimesimama kwa window yangu and I'm like, Becky, let's end this. But again, if you don't take time, I feel like kuna mtu hata take time kufikiria. Like me, I think like the world didn't love me that much when I was young. So if I leave these kids, they'll suffer. So I think take care of yourself, jipende, reward yourself, make yourself happy. Usifika hiyo point here like you want to commit suicide or you want to like leave your kids and go. Yeah.
So, just to add on something, you know, our pastor actually mentioned something like that, and he was like, msifikiriange ati watu wenye wanafikiria suicidal, they are just people, like it just comes to you. And he was sharing his story that one day he was traveling, Pastor Josh Lawrence from Calvary, that one day he was traveling, alikuwa na drive, akafika tu mali, and then he got the urge to crash the car, you know. So he had to stop, breathe, pray about it, and really know what's really happening.
But some people don't have that chance to stop.
I know. So stop and breathe, right?
Yeah.
I think woman like me, don't fear to speak out, and just know that you're not alone in that season. And when you speak out is when you will know we will know how to help. Unaona tu vile huwa tunaenda maternity, like huwa tunafungua ndio tuzae, like usiogope kujifungua, because usipojifungua, like a lot of things may happen in between there. So don't fear to open up, and one day it's gonna be okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So to the single ladies that are over 30, me, I can just tell you that, manze, this transition is for a moment. So soak in, enjoy, feel the feelings, know what you want, know what you like, know what works for you and what it doesn't work for you. Mm-hmm. And also it's valid. Mtu asikwambie vitu zenye una feel ati ni awkward ama ni odd. No, you are not alone. It's a journey. Wow. Yeah, thank you so much. It's been real and true. Back to our Madam CEO.
Moments of transition are here with us, and they are not going every day of our lives. We are transitioning. But how you choose to react to your season of transitioning is what matters. So just like we say, that is what we've gone through. You don't have to do it. You can just listen and do not judge. You can listen, pick what is good for you, and move on with it. It's been so nice hanging out with you. See you in our next episode.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
Shout out to our people. Let's Thai Studios. Tuanze na Thai Studios.
Yes.
Jail, you're doing an amazing work. God bless you.
Yeah.
And our faces again. Marion did her thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and what else am I forgetting? Eldopam Guest House. Thank you for giving us the chance to shoot in this location. And thank you for everyone else who made this podcast possible. Charity in the behind the scenes. Marion behind the scenes. All you guys, you have made this podcast possible.
And to our audience.
Yes.
Thank you for growing with us.
Thank you. See you in our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.